by TIAA Bank. Jaguars Postgame, presented by Florida Home AC, starts right now.
Welcome in. It's Jaguars Postgame presented by Florida Home AC. Final score, Jaguars 9, Bills 6. JP Shadrick, Mike Dempsey, Fred Taylor. Scoreboard, Jaguars win it, and what a gritty win for this Jaguars team today, Fred. The defense told the tale. They gave up 6 points to the highest scoring offense in the National Football League and took the ball away 3 times in the second half.
JP, Mike, man, this is what we live for, right?
Heck
this is why
yeah.
we do it.
Absolutely.
I mean, this is the tale of 5 field goals coming in. I would have never guessed this. So it's just amazing display of just heart and effort by both sides of the ball. But that defense, man, if they can hold it down like that every week, we'd be in the playoffs.
Look, if they did, they'd be the best defense in the league if they held it down like that every week. This would have been one of the ultimate heartbreaking losses that I can ever remember for the Jaguars, but they pulled it out in the end, right? I mean, this could have been the story of what if, and you're sick of what if we just catch this ball, if we just make this play. But they kept putting themselves in positions to make that one more play and not give it up to the Buffalo Bills. And the pass rush showed up in a huge way today, Fred. I mean, the sacks, the pressures, forcing Josh Allen to get rid of the ball, hitting him, and no easy task to get that guy on the ground.
No, it ain't. He's, in my opinion, he's like a smaller version, maybe a Big Ben of Roethlisberger. He's just tough, just an amazing talent. But just out of the gate, though, man, the first play of the game, I saw their offensive line cave and push back into his lap. And, we were able to see that a couple other plays throughout the game. But when it mattered most, led by Josh Allen, our Josh Allen, those guys stepped it up, man. Smoot, the guys on the back end covering those guys, they tightened it up. Early in the game, it was a lot of soft coverage, but they went in there after halftime. They turned to an entirely different team, man, and this victory is deservingly so.
They took away everything on the outside, JP, defensively, right? Everything was funneled. You had a lot of dump-offs in the middle, and you lived with that against an explosive offense like this, and it was Cole Beasley in the first half. It was Stephon Diggs in the second half, but it was all dump down. They couldn't hit the big chunk play. I mean, the secondary stepped up in a big way today.
Josh Allen, a career-high 8 tackles, all solos today for the defensive end and outside linebacker, a sack, 2 tackles for loss, a fumble recovery, and an interception, the first of his career. You can't ask for a better day from Josh Allen.
Not at all. And I also want to point out, JP, if you look at these stats here, really, Buffalo, they end up having 14 carries, but 9 of them were called for the running back. Mm-hmm. And if you take away the 50 yards by the quarterback, I mean, we're holding them to, what is that,
22
9
yards.
carries for 22 yards.
Yep.
So that's stout. The defensive line really showed up big today.
Huge in this game. The Jaguars get the win, 9-6. We're awaiting the first word with head coach Urban Meyer. Of course, that will be a happy locker room. We'll get to the Baptist Health locker room report coming up in just a little bit as well. Now, on the other side, the Jaguars offense had their struggles today. Couldn't finish in the end zone, couple of opportunities. Trevor Lawrence was the big scare. He was injured, came back on the field. That's the great news on offense today, was that he was back in the game after the injury, Mike.
Oh, my gosh. Are you kidding me? I mean, the worst-case scenario, even at that point, I honestly didn't care if they won the football game. I just wanted to see Trevor Lawrence okay. But let's give a hand to C.J. Beathard, who came in and completed the ugliest pass I may have ever seen in NFL history. I mean, he threw it straight up in the air, spinning on the wrong axis, and he completed that to Dan Arnold, and then threw one of the prettiest balls you'll see and put it right on Jamal Agnew on what should have been a touchdown to put the Jags in what today would have been a comfortable lead. But he stood in the pocket, and he took a 15-yard penalty. Now, the Jags fumbled it away ultimately on that drive with Carlos Hyde. But C.J. Beathard, cold off the bench, came in and contributed to this victory today.
And that was a big 3rd and 7 to Arnold. Right there on the
huge
sideline.
play at that
huge
point.
3rd and 7.
Huge. And, of course, in the kicking game today, Matt Wright with 3 field goals made. He missed 3 in a sequence early in the third quarter. The 42-yarder, there was a false start, 47-yarder left, but they ran into him, and then he shanked the 42-yarder again to the left, and it's still 6-6 at that point. They gave him a chance from 21 yards in the next drive to take the lead for good, trusting that defense. And where the defense stood up and propped up Matt Wright today as well.
Had to kick it there, though. 4th and goal at the 3-yard line. Fred, if he doesn't miss the 21-yarder, I know there's not a bus to get on, but I don't know if anybody would have been giving him a ride home today, but he made it, and ultimately that was the margin of victory.
Right. The young kicker, man, but, you're still being able to be in that situation. You still got to display and show poise and execute the kick. We've been a part of the NFL for years. We've seen kickers miss a 20-yard kick. So for him to be able to come back from those earlier misses and to make the one that ultimately decided the outcome of the game, or to go up and take the lead in the game, still huge for me. So I'll still give him credit for that.
Yeah, big win for the Jaguars today, 9-6. Not the prettiest. It was the grittiest, though, and the Jaguars get a victory. We'll take our first time out. Still waiting the first word with head coach Urban Meyer. A Jaguars win today. They're now 2-6. The Bills fall to 5-3. It's a 9-6 final. Jaguars win it in Week 9. And this is Jaguars Postgame on Jaguars Radio.
Are you suffering from shoulder pain? If you have clicking and popping in the shoulder joint, persistent pain that intensifies with use, an inability to lift your arm over your head, or a tingling, burning sensation in the shoulder, elbow, or wrist, waiting to see a doctor could make your injury worse. Baptist Health and Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute have innovative and effective treatment options available right now to relieve your pain and restore your mobility. Don't wait. Call 904-JOI-2000.
It's been around longer than your quarterback. When you put it on, everyone knows it's game time. So legendary, it deserves its own Hall of Fame. Members-only jackets, undeniable quality and style for over 45 years. Scratch and claw your way over to membersonly.com. Get ready for football season with a jacket that can only be summed up in one word: iconic. Use discount code Jaguars at checkout for 35% off on all iconic racer jackets. Members only. When you put it on, something happens.
Brooks Rehabilitation is looking for exceptional nurses who want to work where miracles happen. They're hiring for RN, LPN, HHA, and CNA positions across their inpatient, skilled nursing, and home healthcare settings. Brooks nurses serve as leaders, advocates, change agents, and care coordinators for their patients. They offer flexible schedules, career advancements, and continuing education, competitive pay, plus bonuses, shift premiums, and sign-on bonuses. Apply now at brooksrehab.org/nurse careers.
Are your heating and cooling costs extremely high? Do you want to extend the lifespan of your heating and cooling system investment? If so, Florida Home Air Conditioning is ready to help you save some money. Schedule your annual AC or heating system tune-up today with Florida Home Air Conditioning for only $59. Florida Home Air Conditioning, official air conditioning partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Call 855-FLA-HOME.
License number CMC 1250399, CFC 1430664, EC 130-08557.
Tavin, 2 weeks ago, you went all the way to London just to watch the game, and now I would assume you would consider this the best game you played as a professional. Anything in particular, any particular reason why you think that you and the rest of the guys were able to get such penetration and such good pass rush today?
You know what? I'd say we probably just worked together as a group mostly. We really got our games down and just kind of how, kind of the fun way of how it goes.
You personally, your game, the game you had, the way you're able to get back there, what's your thoughts?
Oh, it was good. I missed a couple things and some stuff I got to clean up, but, not too bad, and it's always good to go with a win.
Tavin, can you describe the right here?
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Can you describe the locker room scene after a win like this? What was it like in there for you guys?
Oh, it was good. It's always good to win, It's a good morale boost. Everybody's excited, ready to go.
Tavin, overall, all in the big picture, what does this win mean for you guys after what you've been through the first 7 games of the season?
It's just, start stacking them. There's a lot of games left, and the more wins we get, the better it is. So, start here, and then next week, and then the week after that, and then hopefully we can just stack them on all the way out.
Tavin, take us through your your Sac Celebration there, the first one. We haven't gotten to see that probably enough, but had that something you've been thinking about for a while?
Oh, the campfire?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what is it? What did it mean? What does it mean?
Nothing. I just thought it'd be fun.
So just to confirm, Tavin, it's not a yoga pose, it's campfire.
Yeah.
Okay, so is that like a Wyoming tribute, or is it just
Nah, not really. I just thought it'd be fun.
like roasting the quarterback?
Yeah, kind of. I guess it's just like a fun deal to do.
Okay, gotcha. Did you consult with Josh Allen or any of those guys before you came up with that celebration?
I don't think so. No.
Did you see him doing the gator chomp?
Oh yeah.
Tavin, can you just talk about like having a game like this and what all you've been through to try to have a game like this? What it means to you to get a breakthrough game after you had many opportunities and couldn't get it done?
Oh, I just think it's a good start. Let's see what next week brings me. Good, perfect.
Y'all have a wonderful day.
Shaq, and you, Tavin wasn't terribly forthcoming about the locker room celebration. Could you describe the atmosphere in the locker room after?
Feel like a winner. So that's one way to speak about it. But you talk about what we coming from, the loss that we had, the previous week, to come back and bounce back the way we did shows a lot. And one thing that I said, you can tell the difference. I was just looking on their sideline, and one thing I noticed, I was like, I don't think they had the same energy as us. I feel like if you feel like one team deserves this win, it's us, but you got to believe that. So one thing I kept preaching, I let everybody else look on these sidelines, just watch how they walking around like they don't care. I said, they don't deserve this. Now show them why. So now we got to continue that momentum. You feel like you put so much into it, you deserve this. Go get it. So, feeling's great.
Shaq, so during your college time at UCF in 2015, there was that struggle season there, and then you guys turned it around as a school program. Can you kind of parallel that to what the turnaround looks like, and what experiences with that or knowledge of that did you use to kind of push that momentum into going into this kind of a turnaround for the season, the possibility of a turnaround for the season?
Man, you took me back to my 0 and 12 years. Jesus.
About first year there was with your brother too, so there you go.
Yeah, I feel like that was a different time for us. Different coaches. We got to turn around. We got a new coach. My brother started to play more. I feel like the reason why that season turned around was because of number 18, Shaquem Griffin. Being the person that he is, amazing player. He's the best in the country at the time. So, I think that's the reason for the turnaround. I feel like now, I feel like it's just believing in each other. I feel like I speak about it a lot, but it's true. And I feel like that's half the battle. Trusting someone is going to do exactly what they need to do. Coaches trusting the players, players trusting the coaches, and all be on the same page. I feel like that's the reason why it's turning around, not just Shaquem Griffin.
Shaq, assignment-wise, were you designated to be on Stephon Diggs, or how did you guys come up with the game plan, and how did it actually play out?
Yeah, I think I turned to a traveling corner this year. So they pick a number, and I follow wherever we go, sideline, locker room, bathroom, wherever we go, I'm going. It's pretty much a thing now.
How would you, obviously, he's a perennial All-Pro. How would you evaluate your performance on him in particular?
Well, I'll let y'all evaluate my performance. I feel like I did really good. Oh, that forced fumble, if anybody's seen it, y'all make sure that's on the stat sheet. I got that ball out. But I feel like I did a phenomenal job. Him as well. That's someone who I got a lot of respect for. He'll tell you himself, a couple players coming up to him, and I love your game. There's something that, I've been battling this guy, since I got into the league, so I got much respect and, love going against him. So, yeah, I feel like my performance is really good, but I'll let you guys, run some stuff on media, and I'll see what y'all put.
Hey, Shaq, you guys, recorded 4 sacks, hit Allen a bunch. How much did what the defensive line do really help you guys out in the back end? Haven't seen them have a game like that. How much does that kind of compliment you guys?
Something that we talked about, the D-line can't work without the DBs and the guys in the back end. The back end can't do nothing without the D-line. We compliment each other. A lot of plays, a lot of sacks that we get was winning one-on-one battles, and then also covering a little longer in the back end. Like I said, we play off each other. So I don't want to discredit none of the DBs or the guys in the back end who've been covering their butt off so the guys can get sacks. And the D-line will tell you themselves, you know, they got to respect the guys at the back end doing what they do to make sure we can make the plays we make, but can't do one without the other. So it was an amazing job to feed off each other, covering well, and getting to the quarterback and making the plays we need to make. So amazing.
What was the
Do you think that the Buffalo Bills underestimated you and this may have been a trap game?
Yeah. I feel like every team does. You know, I feel like, you know, you talking about teams, you talking about people. I feel like a lot of people doubt us. But, you know, you feel me, the games that we put up before, you know, you give every right for guys to kind of doubt us, but we got to prove them wrong. We got to prove ourselves right. Actually, I'm going to fix that. We got to prove ourselves right. And I feel like the main thing is all we got, we all we need. You know, we try not to focus on the outside noise. You know, the media got to do their job. We understand that, but if we focus on that, you can't do your job. You got to focus on one thing at a time. And right now, I'm focusing on this team. You know, and that's what's going to carry us. But yeah, we got some doubters. But I've been an underdog my whole life. Pretty sure there's a lot of players in that locker room who felt the same. So we're gonna run with that chip on our shoulder.
Thanks, Chef.
Appreciate you guys. Hey man, y'all go ahead and y'all talk a little noise and stuff on that media, man. Make me look good.
I want to thank our crowd was fan. I know Buffalo travels very well, but challenge ours is that you know, the vision that I have, Shad has, and you know, there's a lot of reasons why our guys play so hard, and number one is the city of Jacksonville, and then also our owner. And I just to see that locker room, to see our stadium, even though Buffalo, you know, I give credit, Buffalo's a great organization, great players, and to travel like that, but really appreciate our fans pumping them up. And I pulled the headset off a couple of times on those third downs, and they were great. Our fans were great. I'll answer your questions.
Hey, Urban, can you describe your pass rush today and what this win means for you guys?
Well, Josh, someone said Josh the last few weeks. Josh has been really that all year, but he hasn't had the help inside. You know, we have not had that penalty. And so I thought Roy was hurt a few weeks. Tavin Bryant came in and did a heck of a job. Alex Glances. Alex and Adam Gosses, I'm sorry. And Jihad Ward gave great penetration inside. And that forced the quarterback, a lot of those sacks you saw when he was scrambling away from the interior pressure. So really it's a combination of both, but those guys are great. And but the interior pressure really set up a lot of things.
Urban, overall, you've had games where you're giving up 20 points plus. Now you go out there and have that kind of performance. Did you see something in practice this week that led you to believe that this was coming against?
Well, we transitioned to bye week. I know it didn't show out in Seattle. It actually did. We held them to 220 total yards, Seattle, and 60 in the second half. You know, we transitioned a little bit, and Joe Cullen and his staff did a really good job. We really believed we were going to be a man coverage team, and we had to adapt. And we're now a pretty good zone coverage team because of the hard work the coaches and players put in, and a lot of that was zone coverage today.
Urban, could you just talk about the scene in the locker room afterwards, what that was like? Because you've described previous celebration scenes when you were at Florida. What was the one like today?
Well, so, you know, you hope to get more accustomed to winning, which I believe we will. But that's a very, you know, I think Shad said at one time, there's a perception of Jacksonville, there's a perception of his team, well, the locker room this, locker room that. That's a great locker room. I've been saying that all year long. We've had some close games. They stuck together, and you just beat one of the best teams in the NFL. So I'll fight for that locker room. I believe in that locker room, and if someone has something negative to say about that locker room, they're incorrect.
Could you be more specific about the scene in the locker room in the postgame?
How long did your video need?
I'd rather the players can tell you about it. You know, you should have had the spokesman, Shaq, talk about it. It was what you think, a bunch of guys enjoying each other and a big win.
Urban, if you could, if you could just elaborate on number one, Matthew Wright's performance. Obviously, the bulk of the scoring, the entire scoring was all field goals, and then then he missed the 3, and then also he, I know, is still taking kickoffs. Logan Cook previously took kickoffs. If you could just also clarify why Matt was taking them.
Yeah, Matt, obviously we had that one where we missed one and missed 3 on one shot. because of the penalties, et cetera. But we have a lot of confidence. Our players do. Our players love him. You know, 55. I think he had a 55-yarder today. I had all the scores. He's part of our team now. And I made the comment after London, most people didn't know who he was. Now he's a big part of this team. They enjoy him. But our punter was getting a little bit of, you know, it's just such a different, I've had that happen to punter before. You know, that's an injury waiting to happen if you have your punter kick off too many times. So Matt did a pretty good job. Our kickoff coverage unit wasn't very good today, so we got to get that fixed.
Yeah, Coach, it wasn't lights out stats for the offense, but did Carlos and then Jamal on that one play, did those guys give you kind of what you were looking for in the running game? I think there was one call back as a penalty, but you know, did you feel like they did a good enough job?
No, I felt our running game really was, you know, you look at statistically, we didn't do very good. Right before the game, Cam in pregame warm-up, Cam Robinson back locked up on him. And I really thought James Robinson was going to play up until this morning. We took him out in the field and he just didn't feel that. We should have him back next week. But Walker Little came in and against the top defense in the NFL and really hung in there. I thought Bev, and I was involved in that too, that we wanted to do certain things, but the way our defense is playing, we're not going to screw around. And you know, I was disappointed down in the red zone. When you get down there, you know, we get paid to score touchdowns, not field goals. I remind everybody that we got to do better. But it was at times conservative because of the way our defense was keeping Buffalo intact.
And one more thing, you've been telling us, I think, since training camp that Rudy Ford's not just a special teams player.
No, he's a great player.
I guess we should believe you now.
Yeah, he's a great player. He's, you know, it's hard to, when you watch him play, he's one of our better players, and I know he hasn't got many opportunities in the NFL. Well, he's a hell of a player.
Urban, how good is it to put together 2 full halves, complete football game?
Well, it's complementary football, and that's kind of what we talked about. And our last night's meeting was you know, all we do is our video guy does a nice job putting together, and it's just all we ask these players to be the best version of themselves. And if they are, they're pretty good. If they're not, they're awful. And we saw that last week. You know, that was awful last week. It's not bad players. No one ever said that. But the best version of ourselves is pretty good. The first half against Cincinnati, at one point you're beating a really good Cardinal team 19-10. You hold Seattle to 60 yards offense in the second half, so the best version of yourself is pretty good. And they kind of bit into it and believed it, and they had a good day today.
Makes you feel like it's going in the right direction?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It just I get so upset about last week because I really felt the momentum coming. And you can see the way they played early in the year compared to the way they're playing now. It's not even close. Just last week, we got to move on. We just got to get ready for Indy now.
Getting that win in front of a Jacksonville crowd, how did that just feel for you personally? Because I know, you know, Jacksonville and its fans are something you talked about a lot.
All the time, and our players talk about it all the time. And we have a vision. We're building a brand new facility. We want to make this a destination spot. Our owner wants to make Jacksonville one of the top cities in the United States of America, which we already believe there's a lot of positives about Jacksonville, but a great football team really helps in developing this whole area. You know, it's one of the most beautiful areas in the United States of America with great people.
Take a couple more.
Urban, what does it say about your team over here? Sorry, when you make mistakes the way you guys did with the drops and Matt Wright, but you're still able to overcome that and win a game, does that show that the build is starting?
Well, the great defense piece is what saves the day. And we were hoping we'd have a great defense earlier in the year, and at times we didn't play great defense. But the last few games now, our defense has hung in there and done a heck of a job. And when you have injuries on offense, you have a young quarterback, you have this, you have that. Great defense is how you win games, and you complement each other. And I thought today was a perfect example of that.
What happened with Trevor, and how is his ankle?
Low ankle sprain. They took him in for an X-ray. He's coming here in a minute, but he's ready to fight me when I won't let him in right away. So I had to remind him I'm still the coach.
How far is your heart drop, though?
Just like everyone in that stadium. I imagine even the Buffalo crowd, because you don't see that to a young player. But he came back, and I thought CJ, how about CJ? You know, he practices, and with Trevor, he gets most of the reps. Just because he's young, you don't give him any to CJ. I'm really proud. He's a pro's pro.
Over here, Urban. I want to kind of piggyback off of what he was asking because, you know, you had the touchdown. Of course, it was taken away because the ball bounced off the receiver in the end zone. And then, of course, you had the fumble. and give the ball back to Buffalo. So how do you keep that how do you keep their spirits up as you go into halftime? And it's 6-6 at that point, but how do you try to
I didn't say much. The players did. You know, we got some pretty good leaders developing in this locker room right now, and they're a little bit of us against the world mentality, which I like. I like the fact that you know, when you have good leaders, coaches can say all you want, but those leaders stuck together, and I just felt a real confident defense that entire day out there. You know, I saw them coming off the field talking to them, and they were very confident. You're talking about the number one offense in the NFL. Thank you.
Thanks.
How we doing?
How are you doing?
I'm good. Feel good. This is it's a lot more fun coming up here after a win than not.
Could you give us an update on your ankle and how that's doing?
Yeah, you know, I'm feeling a little bit better. We scanned it. Nothing concerning there. We'll see how it feels tomorrow, the rest of the week. I'm sure it's gonna be sore, but yeah, we'll see. Just gonna get a bunch of treatment and try to get back healthy.
Did you feel it was worse than it turned out to be when you initially heard it?
Yeah, no, I thought it was a lot worse. Then after, you know, some time, and we scanned it and it was good, and then put a little bit of weight on it gradually. I was feeling better and better. Give it a little bit of time. It helped, but man, it was cool to see CJ go in there and be ready and just threw a couple great balls. That one to Ag was a freaking dime that he threw. So that was cool to see him just go in there and be ready.
Trevor, what was it like for you seeing the punt roll and the time, you know, run out and then being able to get on the mic and shout Duval and have that interaction with the crowd? What was that moment like for you?
Man, it was awesome. Like I said out there, just the fan base has been great. Obviously, this season hasn't gone exactly how you plan it. I love where we're at as a team right now, though. But they've been out here every week, filling the stadium, loud, you know, making it a great environment. And it was nice to, you know, we won one in London, but it was nice to win one in front of the home crowd, and they deserve that. You know, it's been a while, so that was a lot of fun, and just proud of the guys, proud of the city. It's a good feeling.
Trevor, does this over here? Do you get the feeling this is, I don't want to say turnaround, but is it the start of something when you win a game like this with guys out and making mistakes like you guys did? Normally, you guys haven't been able to overcome them.
I mean, it's great. It speaks to, you know, the progress that we're making. I mean, our defense today, that's one of the best defensive performances I've seen, and that's a great offense. Obviously, Josh Allen, quarterback, and their wideouts and O-line, all those guys. I mean, they're great players, and to see what our defense did, all the takeaways, the big stops on 3rd and 4th down. I mean, it's just fun to watch, and really they put us on their back. You know, we had a chance to put them away a couple times. I missed 2 throws down the stretch. Like I'm kind of kicking myself because I could have put them away without our defense having to go out there and stop them again. But that's what good teams do. You know, they make a play when you really need one, and our defense did that today. And offensively, I thought we ran the ball great. We controlled the clock. We did a good job with all of that, staying in, you know, 3rd and 4th and shorter, and, you know, trying to take advantage of all those. We can definitely get better. We left a lot out there, but it's a lot more fun to look back and say what we can do better when you win, and that's a sign of a good team, and a team that's getting better when you can win games where you don't really play your best, especially on offense. Defensively, we played out of this world. So proud of those guys. That was fun.
Hey Trevor, right here. Coach Meyer mentioned that when you first came out of the locker room, he thought you were about ready to fight him when he didn't want to let you back out on the field. What was that interaction like with Coach? Did you tell him you were ready to go and wanted to get back out there?
Yeah, I came out there, and I came running out there, and I was ready to go and get back in right away. And then they were just trying to, they were like, hold on, like, let's make sure you're good. And CJ was in the middle of like a 2-minute drive, so it's kind of a weird timing. And then they called, it was before that play that CJ threw that deep ball to Ag that we almost scored on. I was wanting to go in before then they called it. I'm just like, I want to go in. I was like, this play's going to score, you know? But CJ threw a great ball there. But no, I was trying to get back in as soon as I could. They were just trying to make sure I'm all good, so it was good.
Obviously, I know you guys would have loved to have had James in this game. What do you think, message-wise, does this send to the rest of the NFL that you guys can win a game without him playing for you guys?
Says a lot, just the things that we overcome. Obviously, every week, every team has something going on. You're missing guys, whatever. It's just how football is. But to have one of our best players out, especially James, and our rushing attack, how much better it's gotten each week, and he's obviously the key factor in that with the guys up front. And to see us really not miss a beat. Obviously, you miss James. He's a great player, and he would have made a bunch of great plays today. But to see Carlos step up and Dare and all those guys, it was cool. And then also think about Walker, left tackle. Like, I mean, that's a pretty big moment playing against the #1 defense in the league, and gets in here today, and nothing's been wrong with Cam all week, and then boom, it's game time and he can't go. I mean, that's kind of, I don't know how much more difficult that could be if you're a left tackle and you don't really have any idea that you're going to play, and then you have to go in there and play every snap of the game. I mean, just him stepping up, being ready, it's really cool. And that's, like I said, a sign of a good team when you got things like that happening and you still find a way to win.
Speaking of Walker, just wanted to clarify, was it that he backed into your ankle, or do you not even know what happened with the ankle injury?
Yeah, I think so. I think it was, but I mean, it's like he was blocking his guy, and I was just kind of standing there after the throw, and just one of those situations, you know, happen sometimes. But I mean, he was blocking the guy, so it wasn't like a free hit or anything.
Oh, I was going to ask, have you ever played in a game where there were only field goals scored?
I don't think so. That's why I said it's like, it's such a good feeling when you can play like that on offense. I mean, we had some great moments, some great plays, and I thought we did a good job controlling the clock. But when you can miss those big plays and still find a way to win, I mean, that's a good feeling. Obviously, like I said, I'm kind of kicking myself because I know I could have played better down the stretch. And as the season goes on, I'm going to have to. Like, our defense isn't going to get 4 turnovers or 3. I don't know if it was 3 or 4 today. Every game, like that's a lot to ask them to do. So we got to play better, but it's a good feeling to go back and watch the tape after a win, and you can kind of sort it out then. But right now, we're celebrating this win, and we're pumped.
Trevor, obviously great moment, great win, just like you said. But now the question becomes, how do you build on this? What are you guys going to take into practice in the coming week to kind of build up to the next game?
Yeah, it's just not making it bigger than it is. Like I said, when we put our best out there, I mean, we can play with anybody, and we did that today. And more so just playing physical, really just dominating the line of scrimmage. I thought we attacked more this game than they did, and that was, I think, the difference in the end. Obviously on offense, like I said, we had some plays we left out there, but we just kept attacking. And up front, the guys were just mashing them. We ran the ball really well. And I think that mindset was really what ended up allowing us to win that game. So carrying that forward, but nothing changes. We got to keep preparing every week, and we can't think that we won a game, all right, now we're good, and it's just going to keep rolling. You got to still put the work in and do everything you can to get another one. And I have no doubt this team will do that and see us getting better every week and to beat one of the best teams in the league. I mean, that shows it. So it just shows we can win any way we need to. I mean, in London, we threw for a lot of yards, ran for a lot of yards, scored some touchdowns, ended up having to win the game. At the end of the game on offense, had to get a first down, make a game-winning field goal. And then today, played great defense and just grinded it out and found a way to win. So it's awesome. Awesome. Thank you all. Appreciate you.
Dewan, could you just talk about the performance of the whole defensive unit today? I mean, you guys really struggled first 35, 40 minutes last week against Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
And today you look like the 85 Bears.
I feel like we just came together as a full defense today. Everybody showed up on every level. DBs really came out there and locked up everything, and the pass rush really came together. On every level, I feel like we all came together as a defense, for sure.
Dewan, what strides have you made this year becoming a better rusher off the edge, and did you see that pay dividends today? How were you able to get those sacks that you got today?
I was just focusing on more than anything, just getting off on the ball. I mean, that's what I worked on a lot this offseason, just my techniques and how I get off and everything, knowing I was going to have a lot more opportunities on the edge. So I just focused on getting off the ball and just be able to get that first step. So.
Hey, can you talk about the growth of the defense from week 1 up until now? I mean, this is by far the defense's best game of the season.
Yeah, I feel like we're finally figuring it out. The back end are finally finding different calls and different zones and different man schemes that work for them. And I feel like they really came today and they really balled out today, and that's definitely a full credit to all of our rushing attempts today.
Duan, I know I'm back here.
Okay.
I know he's, no, we're all over the place. I know he's your tag team partner, Mr. Josh Allen. Can you just describe the performance he had today, and was there any conversation coming in that this might be a historic performance on his part?
I mean, the way we came in today, like we both were just like, well, we know they're going to throw it a lot. We know like they have one of the quickest releases, so we're just like, we're just going to win. Just focus on winning, and we never know what happened. And the DBs, they locked up, so we had a lot of opportunities to be able to hit him. And just like, hey, we just come to work every day. Me and him, we train in the off season together. We do everything together. We train during the week, and we just focus on just coming out and balling every week, and that's what we did.
Have you seen a player? I know you've been in the league now. This is your 5th year, and obviously played college. Have you seen one player have a sack, a forced fumble, an interception that you've been on the field for that?
No, man. I've never seen it. And he's an unbelievable player. He really came out here and balled today. I'm proud of him for sure.
You've been teammates with Tavin for a while. What's it like seeing him have a couple of sacks and be such a critical part of a victory?
Tavin's a dog at the end of the day. I mean, there's a reason why he went first round. I mean, really just if you just make him go forward, no one's going to stop him at the end of the day. And that's what he did today. He had 2 sacks, unbelievable, and I'm happy for him for sure.
What did you think of Tavin's celebration after that sack? Did you have any idea what it was?
I have no idea at the end of the day. I just know he's flexible. For him to be able to get down in the Indian stance and be able to stand up with it, like I don't know how he does it. He's unbelievable.
DeJuan, 3 turnovers in the second half. Just how much of really a boost to your guys' confidence was that the people to have those come in bunches?
It was huge. I mean, just like Joe's been saying each week, like they're gonna come in bunches. We just got to keep punching at it, keep punching at them attempts, and and at halftime, that's all we talked about was like we need to get our attempts up. We need to get our attempts up. The whole D line, we were all in the same plan, just punch the ball, and that's what we did, and it was huge.
Is that what happened on your forced fumble?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, it was kind of like fit them up and just get the ball out as soon as I could. So for sure.
Hey, DeJuan, did you see Trevor Lawrence's injury, and what kind of went through your head when you saw him on the ground getting helped by the trainers?
I mean, it was tough. I mean, seeing that, we really didn't know what was going to happen, but good thing is we got C.J. Beathard back there. He's a gunslinger at the end of the day, and we know we're going to be good either way. So, I mean, them two in the same quarterback room is a problem for sure.
All good? Cool. Thanks, y'all.
All right. Thank you.
And let's take a look at the TIAA Bank stats check. TIAA Bank turned potential into progress. And we look at the team stats. First downs in favor of Buffalo, 17-16. Total yardage, 301 to 218 in favor of the Bills. That's right, the Jags only had 218 yards of total offense today. Just enough to get into field goal range a few times. Rushing yardage, 79 on the ground for the Jags, 72 for the Bills. Passing net, 229 for Buffalo, 139 for Jacksonville. Penalties, 12 penalties, 118 yards against the Bills, 8 for 54 yards against the Jaguars today. Turnovers. The Jaguars win the turnover battle. They had 2 takeaways all season. They had 3 today. They only got 3 points off that, but they were the deciding 3 points in the 9-6 win. And time of possession was exactly the same at halftime, as was total yardage and first downs. It was 15 minutes each way. It ends pretty much the same. 30 minutes, 38 seconds. Buffalo led in that department.
Yeah, crazy. I mean, they were really, that was one of the most interesting stat lines we've seen at halftime. Individually here, Trevor Lawrence goes 15 for 26, only 118 yards, a 4.5 average, and a quarterback rating of 69. But how about C.J. Beathard off the bench, cold, 2 out of 2. Should have been 3 out of 3 with a touchdown, but 2 out of 2 for 33 yards, a quarterback rating of 118.8, which gave the Jags 2 quarterbacks who graded out better than Josh Allen today, who was 31 of 47 for 264, couple of interceptions. He was sacked 4 times by the Jaguar pass rush, and that quarterback rating was 62.7. Carlos Hyde handled 21 of the 27 rushing attempts for the Jaguars today, only 3.2 yards a carry, but he had a couple of key runs in key spots, 21 for 67 overall there. For the Bills, Josh Allen, 5 for 50, and really the running backs didn't do much, combining for 22 yards in that one. Dan Arnold led the way as a receiver, 4 for 60 through the air for Jacksonville. It was Stephon Diggs with 6 for 85 at the end of the day. But here's where it gets fun. Josh Allen, the 8 solo tackles, the sack, the interception, the fumble recovery, a couple of tackles for loss mixed in there. He was one of the standouts on defense. Let's not forget Tavin Bryan with a pair of sacks, DeJuan Smoot with the big one right there to clinch it. Rudy Ford was all over the field, had 7 tackles today, as did Damian Wilson and Miles Jack. So a lot of activity from the key guys on the Jaguar defense.
Huge day for them. Fred, the Jaguars were awful on third down on offense today, 2 of 13, but they were perfect on fourth down when it really mattered.
And the biggest one was early in the game to Agnew. I think it was 4th and 2 when he gained 23 yards. I'm having a hard time remembering the second one.
It was the quarterback sneak.
Yeah, the sneak.
They figured out the quarterback sneak, Fred.
Okay, right there at the end. Right, correct.
So we
that was huge.
now know how to
Right.
do that.
Which is good. Good news. There's the TIAA Bank Stats Check. We're back in a moment. Plenty ahead. The Jaguars Radio Network Player of the Game voting coming up. Jags win at 9-6, and it's Jaguars postgame on Jaguars Radio. a slam dunk as you can imagine. Fred, what you got for us?
I got Josh Allen.
Easy.
Our Josh.
Yeah, the Jaguars, Josh.
Yes.
There won't be a mistake in there.
Yeah.
Josh Allen.
Yeah,
Rubber stamp.
Yeah,
Let's
we've
go.
talked about his stats already. So.
Easy. Career high 8 tackles, all solo tackles today for Josh Allen. He had a sack, 2 tackles for loss total, had that quarterback hit on the sack, an interception, a pass defense on the interception, of course, and a fumble recovery. A career day for Josh Allen in his 3rd NFL season. What a day.
Awesome. And the streak continues, JP. Every time a defensive player is matched up with a quarterback of the same name, that defensive player is now 4-0.
That's right, all time.
I mean, going back to 1950.
2 in 1950, 1 time in 1997, and now in 2021, the defense
Won't
is
be the last time.
defeated.
Right? They're going to match up more somewhere along the way.
In the
you would
playoffs
think.
coming up.
If Buffalo's lucky
If
enough.
they get in.
Yeah.
The Jaguars win today.
We're feeling it right now.
I love it. If you're looking for the MVP of the truck game, then look no further than Ford F-150, loaded with impressive capability and designed to dominate work, play, and everything in between. This truck makes tough look easy. No wonder it's the official truck of the NFL and proud partner of your Jacksonville Jaguars. Back with the Baptist Health Injury Report. It's Jaguars postgame on Jaguars Radio.
Veterans, you may have earned a variety of VA benefits. Did you know VA can help you further your education and pursue professional training? The Home Loan Guarantee Program can help you buy, repair, or adapt a home. VA provides housing support if you find yourself homeless or at risk of homelessness. And don't forget world-class health care. Learn more about these and other VA benefits. Visit choose.va.gov.
How far should we go? When it comes to the health of children, we will stop at nothing, focusing on prevention as much as cures. Working with community leaders, educators, policymakers to make every child's world a place for them to thrive. Going to the nth degree and beyond. Nemours Children's Health, well beyond medicine. Join the journey at nemours.org/beyond.
As JTech continues to train tomorrow's technicians right here in Jacksonville and supply them throughout the Southeast, they wanted everyone to know that they are the biggest Jaguars fans around. JTech is super excited about this season. They are equally excited about the $6.8 million improvement of their facility and the program growth in auto, diesel, HVAC, marine, and RV programs. Come check them out on the south side of Jacksonville or visit online at jtech.org.
Touchdown at Jaguars away games when you fly nonstop from Jacksonville International Airport. Join the Jaguars at Houston, Cincinnati, Indianapolis, and Los Angeles. Taunt the other teams in Nashville, New York, and Boston. When you fly nonstop from Duval, on-airport parking will punt the stress from your travel itinerary. Garage facilities offer defensive coverage from the weather and are a 50-yard dash from the terminal. And economy lots are now open at just $6 a day. To learn more about nonstop flights and on-airport parking, visit flyjax.com.
When it comes to water, choose our team, the winning team. Choose CGC Water Treatment. CGC Water Treatment works, and it works for DG too, former Jags QB, David Garrard.
If you're not filtering your water, you are the filter. Don't be the filter. Discover the Kinetico difference.
Call CGC Water Treatment at 844-CGC-JAGS or visit cgcwater.com. CGC Water Treatment are proud partners of the Jacksonville Jaguars and your local independent Kinetico dealers.
At Tropical Smoothie Cafe, one taste and you're feeling good now, smiling wider now, seeing brighter now, bucket dunking now, namasteing now, popping a wheelie now, living lighter now. You're on Tropic Time now. And on Mondays, try our Jaguars Duval Delight Smoothies for $2.99. And you're roaring louder now, end zone dancing now, sipping spirit now. You're on Tropic Time now at Tropical Smoothie Cafe.
Jaguars postgame presented by Florida Home AC continues after a Jaguars win in Week 9, 9-6 over the Buffalo Bills. Time now for the Baptist Health Injury Report. Baptist Health, changing healthcare for good. A few names popped up today. Cam Robinson, right before the game, Walker Little runs on the field to start at left tackle. A back issue apparently in pregame and couldn't go today. That's not good news. We'll see what happens moving forward with Cam Robinson. Chris Claybrook's on the list today, evaluated for a concussion in the third quarter. But boy, late in the second quarter, Trevor Lawrence was hit inside of his right ankle by Walker Little, who was pushed back into him, kind of spiked on the lower ankle. They helped him off the field. An athletic trainer and the team doctor took him straight back up the tunnel into the locker room. And just a few minutes later, he comes back out. And he's yelling at Urban Meyer to put him back in the game. He didn't put him back in the game immediately, though. Into the drive, he was finally on the field. But that was the scariest of all. That's the one thing you worry about here in this rookie season with the record as it is. Don't hurt the guy. And he got banged up, had to be helped off. Everybody with a collective hold of the breath at that moment. He came back out, appeared to be okay.
Yeah, for the long term of this franchise, it is, to me, the single most important thing. I mean, look, if Trevor Lawrence was hurt and the Jags won half their remaining games, it wouldn't matter as much because it's not going to allow him to develop, Fred. As soon as he came back out with the helmet on the sideline, you knew it was over. He's going back in that football game, and he's running sprints out there in front of Urban Meyer.
People are cheering.
What do you need me to do here to show you?
All right. Was that from the celebration?
Yeah, no, I'm feeling good, feeling great. Just had to empty the tank. Shit, got a couple IVs, a little crowds, but I mean, great team win.
And you seem to really settled into your own playing that kind of slot role for this defense. What's it like for you really getting the chance to grow into that position?
I mean, I just take everything one day at a time. I love, my teammates. I love Coach Meyer, this organization, just believing in me and giving me the opportunity to go and to help this team.
Hey, Rudy, I know I'm back here. I know we talked earlier this week about you transitioning to this slot role, and I know you said you played it in college, played it in high school. But in those schemes, how much were you blitzing compared to maybe how much you blitzed out there today?
It was a little bit different, but I just felt comfortable today, Coach had a great game plan, just thankful for my God-given ability, and coaches and players, just believing, and just great team one day.
Was there anything special for you guys when you sit down with Coach Cullen at the start of the week? Which obviously you guys held him to 6 points. So was there any sort of thing you did differently in preparation this week that may have led to this outcome?
Nah, we just all went out there and believed in each other. And just played great complementary football from each other across the board.
Rudy, just to be clear, you're not hurt, injured, or anything?
Nah, just cramps.
Okay, just cramps.
Good. Just cramps.
Walk us through the interception. What kind of unfolded in front of you, and how did that develop?
I just kind of going into preparation during the week. Coach Joe Dana and Tim Walt, we kind of really stuck with the, just watching film, and also Shaq and Rayshawn Jenkins. We kind of always just talk, and just kind of how that play kind of developed was just really just being aligned on our keys and kind of got a real good flow of the game, how it was going to go, and just kind of knowing that route and just kind of get the opportunity and just seize the moment.
Okay, and then finally, Coach Meyer's kind of been hinting to us all since training camp that you're not just a special teams player.
Yeah.
That he was telling us in July you were going to make a contribution on defense. So has that been a gradual process, but did you know that was an opportunity you were going to get?
Oh, definitely. At some point, I just thankful for the opportunity, and when your number's called, be ready to answer.
Rudy, your first career NFL pick. Just how did it feel? Just in that moment.
I felt amazing. It felt amazing. Just to do it with the guys. My teammates, we all come out blood, sweat, and tears every day, and I mean, it felt amazing.
And then, obviously that kind of kicked off, the 3 turnovers in the second half. I mean, just what kind of energy that, basically forcing Buffalo into no mistakes, what kind of energy did that bring you guys?
It brought us electrifying energy. It revamped our team, and, just what we needed.
Kind of going off that, when Shaq was talking to us, he said he could sense the Bills didn't have the same energy as y'all. He could see it across the field. Did you see that too? And when in the game did you notice that?
I mean, I just be focused on next play, and just kind of focus on our team. You know what I mean? And I'm not necessarily focused on the next team. As long as we bring our energy, and as long as we do what we need to do, we're gonna put ourselves in a best position to help our team win.
Thank you.
I was tired. I had to take a break.
What's up, Josh? Pretty good game today against the other Josh. You got your first career interception against Josh Allen. At some point, you're going to have to tell that story to your kids and grandkids, and you just kind of think about the fact that they're probably going to look at you and say, what do you mean you intercepted Josh Allen?
I ain't thinking about that far yet. But no, I gotta make it more. It's gonna be an exciting story. I know I'm gonna hype myself up a little bit more, but great team win first and foremost, man. Oh my gosh, this defense, man. I tell you, bro. When we fly around, when we don't hurt ourselves, we can be one of the best defenses out there. To hold that team to 0 touchdowns, you know what I'm saying? It's tough to do. So hopefully, they score a lot of touchdowns rest of the season. So we'll be on the team to do that for them.
Josh, we talked to you earlier in the week about this whole Josh Allen thing, about if you get a sack on him, it's the first time in NFL history, and we were all joking about it. But could we have imagined that you would not only have a sack, but you would also have that forced fumble and the pick and 10 tackles?
I mean, got to make those plays when when my number's called. I mean, for me, I visualize everything. I'm a visualized person. I like to speak plays, I like to speak greatness into my head. So, when it happens, I'm not surprised. You know what I mean? So I know I work my butt off. We all work our butts off in practice to get right for this week. And I feel like I had a great week of preparation. I feel like I was in a great mindset, and, got to go out there and play.
What sort of statement does this send to the rest of the league about you and about this team?
We're not going nowhere. We got to build. We're going to build on this. We're not. I'm glad. You know what I'm saying? I'm not up here saying, "Oh, we got to do better. We got to." No. You know what I'm saying? When we are on our stuff, you know what I'm saying, we can be a really great defense, and it showed today. You know what I'm saying? Our defensive line can go against any offensive line any time of the week. You know what I mean? Any offense, stop any run, stop any pass, and we did what we needed to do, and hopefully we got to capitalize this, get better Tuesday or Wednesday, and go out here with the mindset we gotta beat the Colts and get better and win this game.
Josh, what was the conversation with Josh like after the game? Did you guys get a chance to chat?
No, we didn't get a chance to chat. You know what I'm saying? Kind of fist pump. But he I think him and Dewey grew up together, really close. And I knew Ed Oliver really well in Serenity. I went to high school with him, so definitely had blood in there. So I wanted to go holler at my boys, and he wanted to go holler at his boy. And you know what I'm saying, that's not going to be the last time I'm going to see him. I know that. So definitely a lot more catching up later. But good day.
So you didn't no jersey exchange?
No, I'm gonna get it though. I'm gonna get it. But I wanted to get Ed out. Like I said, I trained with him. You know what I'm saying? I seen how hard he worked. He seen how hard I worked. and I see greatness in his eyes and he sees it in mine, so we kind of bonded off that. So it's like, it was a great experience to see him out there, and hopefully we can play a lot more games together.
Does it feel cool, neat? Does it hit you yet about the piece of NFL history about being the only guy to ever sack another guy with the same name?
No, right now, I got so much going on in my head right now that, I really can't just think about one thing, so definitely can get better from this week, definitely can improve, and definitely grow. So I'm going to go back and look at this film, and the history, the history is the history. I'm in the history books, not only for this, but a lot of other stuff, and that's always going to be there. And I know that. I don't want to live that. You know what I'm saying? I want to get better every week and make more plays for this team. And that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Josh, what was it like to, see other guys on the defensive line kind of all compliment each other and see Smoot and Tavin had a big day? I know you talked earlier in the week about the defensive line rushing together. How did it feel to kind of just see it all come together?
It's what we're supposed to be doing. Say this is our job. You know what I'm saying? And it feels great when, when we out there doing what we love. We playing with the people that we love. You know what I'm saying? Playing with people right to the left and right of me that I know if I mess up, they're going to have my back. Or if I mess up, you know what I'm saying, somebody go out there going to make a play. And just to have that trust, it was great. Smoot had 2 or 1? 2. Smoot had 2. Tavin had 2. You know what I'm saying? I had 1. Rudy had 1. Well, how many sacks we had?
You had 4. You had 1.
Oh,
Smoot had 1. Tavin had 1.
Really?
That one at the end, that like a 4th down.
That's crazy. Well, we supposed to. But, man, Smoot's been playing at a high level as well every game, and it shows. And then interior Tavin, oh, my gosh. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm going to say on that one. People hating on him, you know what I'm saying? But he got better, you know what I'm saying? He's getting better. He's a big asset to this team, man. He's going to continue to make a lot of plays for us in the back end. So I'm excited to see that growth, too.
And then 3 turnovers in the second half. Just what does that do for your guys' confidence and energy? Because I know the first half you guys helped them, but what did it really do for your confidence to be able to take the ball away from their offense?
We can do it. You know what I'm saying? It's, we can do it. You know what I mean? Like, go out there as hard as you can, play that play as hard as you can. Good things are going to happen. And we did that every play, and good things happen. So this is only just a testament for the words that we say in the meeting rooms, you know what I'm saying, to the words that we say in the locker room. It's just to finally put it together and go out there and have fun for each other. And that's a great feeling in itself.
Josh, it seems like the front seven got a lot of pressure this week, and it seems like it's been building throughout the season. Has that allowed you to give the secondary more of a chance to actually cover the guys? And what was the emphasis this week that you had in defense compared to prior weeks?
I'm going to start with the second one. The second one, I feel like, our game plan really, they're a tempo team. You know what I mean? They're going to get the ball up quick. We got to line up quick. We got to get the call, and we got to play. And so our mindset up front is to get the call, line up, and go play. You know what I'm saying? The back end I know it's a little bit more challenging, but they did a hell of a job today. You know what I'm saying? First of all, in tackling, the open field tackling, you know what I'm saying, I believe was one of our best performances in the back end. And we're only going to get better back then, too. And then just up front, man, dominance. You know what I'm saying, to dominate. Miles Jack told me yesterday, this is going to be the best game. Like, this game is meant for us to win. You know what I'm saying? They talking about this team can throw the ball. You know what I'm saying? They really don't run the ball that much. Okay, they're working in our hands. So Miles said it earlier, man, and we went out there and just go do what we do. You know what I'm saying? This is a team that we felt like we should have beat. It's a team that we did beat. So it's only time to grow from here and focus on the coach. But enjoy this one.
Hey, Josh, can you build off of that, actually? You mentioned just the belief in the locker room despite the struggles. I mean, even the struggle in Seattle last week. You guys never really wavered in that confidence that you guys can go out there and win games.
Yeah, I mean, I truly believe we can go out there and win the rest of these games. If we all play assignment-free football and no mistakes, I don't think nobody's seeing. Because if you're talking about skill, we got skill. You know what I'm saying? You're talking about this team has this much skill. Okay, we got players that can match that. You can talk about this offensive line, got skill, one of the best in the league. Well, okay, you got a defensive line that can match that. You got linebackers that fly around to the ball every play. You know what I'm saying? You got a defensive line that gets out the stack every play. The deep end, making open field tackles, locking their dudes down. So, yes, I feel like we can win the rest of these games. if we go out there with the mindset of dominance, to dominate every play, I feel like we can compete against anybody.
And I know you don't get to see the secondary play too much while you're
Yeah.
out there on the field, but can you
I
talk a
see
little
him.
bit about Rudy Ford? I mean, a guy who's really rising to the opportunity
Yep.
and has grown into a role on this defense.
Yep, I feel like Rudy had a hell of a game. I was already there, so I feel like Rudy Ford had a hell of a game today. I feel like that's another guy that flies around, that's fast. You know what I'm saying? When this opportunity was called, he made the plays. So, man, the interception, batter balls, open field tackling. Oh my gosh! You know what I'm saying? I can't wait to watch this film. So just so I can probably text him later, like, damn. Okay, you know what I'm saying? This is the type of dude I am, man, and definitely going to enjoy watching it. You know, we haven't had a lot of opportunities, but let's start having fun with this. So yeah, I can't wait to go ahead and watch that.
I forgot to ask you
What's up?
about Tavin's sack celebration.
Didn't he? I'm trying. What was it? Oh yeah, that was pretty fire. Bro, Tavin is like a freak of nature, yo. Like he's strong as heck. You know what I'm saying? He's probably the strongest on the team. You know what I'm saying? He's fast. He's physical, and like flexible. Like I can't even do that shit. I can't even bend down right now. You know what I'm saying? But man, Tavin had those opportunities to go out there. They've been seeing him do it in practice, do it in the game last week, do it this game, and do it next game. You know what I'm saying? But it all starts the way we practice, man. We practice hard, we practice efficiently, and we practice fast. And that's the way we're going to play.
Did you know that was a campfire that he was doing?
Nah, I gotta go. I gotta go home and watch it.
I
you
thought
know
it was
what
a
I mean?
yoga
And then I'll let you
pose.
know.
So that's why I was like, isn't it a yoga pose? And he said, no, it's the campfire.
It's a campfire.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call him about that one.
Right. Well, you did. So, and then you did the gator chomp.
Huh?
You did the gator chomp?
No, I didn't do that. Come
no?
on now.
No gator chomp? Okay.
Come on, man.
Okay.
Tried to get me right there.
Josh, when you mentioned all the visualizing you did this week, were there tendencies of Buffalo Josh Allen that you were focused on, or what stood out to you there?
Making plays, getting sacks. It's kind of crazy because like the match, reading the headlines really, I wasn't trying to even get in the media, but like every time I check my phone, it's something, and it was like Josh Allen versus Josh Allen. When you really look at it, my position is really not. You know what I'm saying? It's me versus this right tackle or this left tackle. You know what I'm saying? I got to study this dude to beat him every play to get to him. You know what I'm saying? So, like, in my mind, I'm not worried about what he does. You know what I'm saying? I'm worried about what this guy is going to give me so I can beat him every play. And so, yeah, that's what I just, it was cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad we won. I'm glad to play against him, first, whatever. But, like, I was focused on winning this game, man, and I was, locked in. And I knew when my opportunity come, it was going to come. So, yeah.
Thanks, Josh.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Stronger communities. VyStar Credit Union. Do good. Bank better. Visit vystarcu.org/join. Insured by NCUA.
Shopping Publix with delivery and curbside pickup powered by Instacart makes getting your groceries more convenient than ever. It's basically the best thing since sliced bread, which you can order from the Publix bakery. You can also get fresh meats and cheeses from the deli, delicious produce, and Publix premium ice cream, all without having to leave your couch or car. Orders are available in as little as 2 hours. Prices vary from in-store. Fees, tips, and taxes may apply. Subject to terms and availability. Visit Publix.com/shop. Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
At Tropical Smoothie Cafe, one taste and you're feeling good now, smiling wider now, seeing brighter now, bucket dunking now, namasteing now, popping a wheelie now, living lighter now. You're on Tropic Time now. And on Mondays, try our Jaguars Duval Delight Smoothies for $2.99. And you're roaring louder now, end zone dancing now, sipping spirit now. You're on Tropic Time now at Tropical Smoothie Cafe.
Hard Rock Sportsbook is coming to Florida. Join the Seminole Tribe of Florida and Hard Rock for safe, trusted, and completely legal sports betting. Go to hardrocksportsbook.com to get all the latest details leading up to launch. Play remotely from anywhere in Florida, including on your phone or computer or in person at Seminole Casinos. Want great promotions like free bets, odds boosts, and bonuses? Hard Rock Sportsbook will have all your favorite bets and promotions. Hard Rock Sportsbook, the best place to be a Jaguars fan. Coming soon. Must be at least 21 and physically present in Florida to wager. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-800-522-4700.
The Jaguars Scoreboard Show continues right now.
Welcome back. The Scoreboard Show continues after a Jaguars win 9-6 over the Buffalo Bills. The Jags improved to 2-6 on the season. JP Shadrick, Mike Dempsey, Bucky Brooks joining us via video now on Jaguars.com. I know those listening on radio are listening on radio. And, hey, we're going to get some calls coming up, 355-NFL-1, 355-6351. But, Bucky, the scariest part of this game was when Trevor Lawrence was hitting the ankle, was helped off the field, but then he comes back in. And that's the best news, I think, of the entire day beyond the winning result. And Bucky's not with us. We will try to get Bucky coming up. Let's get to some calls, Mike.
All right, let's. Yeah. I'll give you a thumbs up for the question, though, JP, on that one. Let's go to 355-NFL-1. Darren on the west side going to lead things off for us here on the Scoreboard Show. Hi, Darren.
Darren, you're on the air.
Hey.
Hey.
What's up, baby?
What's up?
Woo! Let me tell you something, baby. Let me tell you something. Them Bills come into town, the Mafia. Mafia, they came into town today and they thought they was going to take over our stadium. We was in our seats. We was ready, and we was screaming the whole time. And let me tell you something. Them boys overlooked our boys today, and our guys came out today and they played like big men. And I'm telling you what, look here, this defense can play ball. We've seen them play ball, and it was a bad showing last week, but them guys, they got them up, they got them pumped up, they got ready to play ball today, and the defense won the game. It was very appropriate that the defense got a win today, and I give it all to them. And, we got some things we got to clean up, no doubt about it. But you know what? We've seen this team grow all year long, and then we had a setback last week. But you know what? We are on our way, and you know what? We are going to do one more time. Woo!
Thank you, Darren.
I love it. Coordinated effort there.
Yeah,
Very
Bills
well done.
Mafia will be sleeping with the fishes tonight is what they'll be doing. So congratulations. And let's be fair. We've seen the defense do it today, right? Like how often we have not seen this defense do this to the level that they did. So congrats to them, forcing the turnovers, getting the sacks, holding the Bills scoreless in the second half today. Huge performance there, Darren and company. We appreciate that. Let's go out to Mary on the south side next on the Scoreboard Show. Hi, Mary.
Hi, Mike. I'm so happy. I could scream, and I did. But, I did tweet, and I Facebooked and Instagram that we have to have hope. And, chances are we're probably not going to win, but we don't ever know. We can. You can always win. And it happened. Of course, I don't think it's because of what I said. But my whole family was there, all my grandchildren. It was the best thing ever, and I'm so happy. I'm so proud. And our team fought so hard. And I know I don't have anything really exciting to say other than I'm so happy and appreciative, and it's been so long. And now we have one domestic win. So people can't say that we only win in London.
Not only.
That's right.
50% of the wins have come here.
That's right.
At TIAA Bank.
And if you're an AFC East team, watch out.
Oh, we got your number,
Jags
baby.
are undefeated
2-0
against the East this year.
I'll say, Mary said she didn't have anything great to say. I thought everything she said was fantastic. Mary, I know Mary is one of the most passionate and loyal Jaguar fans, and I'm sure if anybody on the team or associated with them, Mary, saw your social media support. I'm sure they
I
appreciate
got
it
everything running through
and
my
hanging
mic
in
and my-
there with the team through some rough times. But they got the dub today, and what a great the fan base needed that in their own building, JP. You know the Bills travel well, and I'm sure there are a lot of Bills fans in attendance today, but I heard a lot of loud Jaguar fans urging their defense on in big spots. So congrats, Mary, and the rest of you out there.
Fantastic. Fantastic calls so far. We've got plenty ahead.
Yeah.
Let's take a timeout.
Let's.
We'll try to get back out to Bucky Brooks to join us in this celebration today after a Jaguars win on the scoreboard show. Final score 9-6. Jags over the Bills. A field goal fest. A defensive gem for the Jaguars today against the top scoring team in football. They held the Bills to 6 points. Jags get it done to improve to 2-6 on the season. This is the Scoreboard Show on Jaguars Radio.
At most sandwich places, asking for more of something is just part of the drill. But what if you never had to ask for more? What if more was just a given? At Daly's, more is what our sandwiches are built on. More meat, more cheese, more veggies, more quality, more taste. All for a price that's anything but more. Sandwiches from Dash, made fresh. Daly's.
Move day is on the 20, the 10. Yes, another successful move to a new home. I tell you, folks, I've never seen a team more prepared than the Move Day crew. With a dominating lead in training, trust, and moving efficiency, it's no wonder why Move Day is the official moving company of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Track your goods online and get updated play-by-plays throughout your move process. While the Jags are moving the chains on game day, they're here to help you on moving day. Call 844-MY-MOVE-DAY or visit MoveDayMovers.com.
It's not kickoff without the small places that make Jaguars game day big. That's why Crown Royal is turning game day into giving day by supporting communities that serve us off the field. Nominate a local community hero to win the ultimate Jaguars game day experience at jaguars.com/Crown Royal promotion. Because Crown Royal believes if you live generously, life will treat you royally. Visit crownroyal.com. Please drink responsibly.
When it comes to water, choose our team, the winning team. Choose CGC Water Treatment. CGC Water Treatment works, and it works for DG too. Former Jags QB, David Garrard.
If you're not filtering your water, you are the filter. Don't be the filter. Discover the Kinetico difference.
Call CGC Water Treatment at 844-CGC-JAGS or visit cgcwater.com. CGC Water Treatment are proud partners of the Jacksonville Jaguars and your local independent Kinetico dealers.
Any repeated physical activity puts stress on the body. Checking your phone, getting in the car, sitting at your desk, checking the phone, getting in your car, sitting at your desk, checking your phone for the 50th time today. If you do anything with regularity, you should get massaged with regularity. Massage Envy. Keep your body working.
Regular body work makes the body work with massage, skincare, and stretch. Come in today for more information or visit massageenvy.com for more details.
Committed to the team. Committed to the mission. At Navy Mutual, we're committed to providing high-quality life insurance to members of the military and their families. So our policies have no fine print and no military service restrictions. We don't work on commission. We're nonprofit, so we pass the savings along to our members. Because at Navy Mutual, our highest commitment is to you. Visit NavyMutual.org. Navy Mutual, insuring those who serve.
The Jaguars Scoreboard Show. Scoreboard Show continues right now.
We're back. JP Shadrick, Mike Dempsey, Bucky Brooks back with us now. Bucky.
Got me.
Here we are. We got you. Yes.
You got me?
Yes.
First time. All right, here we go.
Another victory. The Jaguars get a victory, and we've got Bucky Brooks on
phone
Postgame.
line works. Yay.
Love it. So we touched a moment ago on obviously the defensive play today. I mean, they're showing Josh Allen on Red Zone right now as the MVP of the day around the league. I mean, this guy has put together a huge day. 8 tackles, career high, a sack, 2 tackles for loss, interception, fumble recovery. You can't ask for more from Josh, Buck.
No, he played big time. But we talked about him being a big time player early in the week. About he's the blue player, the blue chip player on that defense. And as he goes, so goes the defense. And we saw when he stepped up and made plays, got his hands on a few balls, made a couple of disruptive plays. They kind of fed off his energy. And I think it's important for him to be able to do those things. Now, you can't expect him to do that on a weekly basis, but the more that he can kind of put his imprint on the game, the more it's going to impact the defense and the way the rest of those guys play. I think the effort was there. I thought Joe Cullen's aggressiveness was something that you wanted to see. But a lot of that, like early in the year, he'd been hamstrung by the fact that the corners couldn't hold up in coverage. And so when you get better coverage, now you can be more aggressive and dial up and do some of the creative and fun stuff that we saw today.
Yeah, it was nice because we've seen Bucky. I'm sure you've noticed as well. Like Pro Football Focus has consistently been grading him every week as one of the top defensive players in the league, and it's just nice to see it all come together today in a victory with the big plays and with the spotlight on him facing off against his namesake there. So with Bucky Brooks, let's go to the phones at 355-NFL-1, and we'll head to the north side next and welcome Brian to the Scoreboard Show. Hi, Brian.
Hey, guys. How are you?
Doing well.
Great, man.
What's up?
Not much. I wanted to ask you, how did y'all feel about, taking Beathard out when he had the hot hand and putting Trevor back in after coming off an injury?
Buck, what do you think?
Yeah.
Hey, man, franchise quarterback goes in whenever he's ready to go in. And so that's just the deal. Like, it's good that Beathard completed a couple passes, but it's Trevor Lawrence's team, and you don't defer to the backup quarterback in that situation. I think Trevor will consistently give the team the best chance to win. The backup should be able to play and be ready to play when his number is called. But no, in that situation, it's always about the QB1 getting the opportunity to go back on the field.
It wasn't like Beathard was throwing dimes either. That one completion was a duck.
Yeah.
And then now the one that was dropped
The
in the end zone was a perfect
dime,
ball.
yeah.
But, hey, that happens.
But I'm with you, man. I was like screaming at the TV, like, put him in. What does he need to do?
And apparently he's screaming at Urban, too. Urban said he was telling, hey, I'm ready.
He's running sprints on the sideline. Let's go, my man. All right. So, yes, Brian, we're all in agreement. I don't know how anybody else feels about it, but we all wanted to see Trevor Lawrence back in immediately. So we move along here. Eric on the south side up next here on the Scoreboard Show. Hi, Eric.
Hey, guys. How y'all doing?
Doing great.
Great.
I'm just getting home from that game today. I just think Josh Allen probably had the game of his career today with as much as he was all over the field and disrupting everything. It was just fun to watch him playing today for once.
Yeah, it's been, he missed half of last season, right, with that knee issue, and we're going into year 3, like, okay, he was in the Pro Bowl his first season, and is he really going to bounce back? He, first couple weeks of the season statistically wasn't quite there. He hasn't had a lot of help either, and Urban Meyer said that in our post-game conversation a little while ago. Some other guys are stepping up around him, and it's freeing up Allen a little bit, and they played as a collective unit today, and I think that helped Allen get to the number he got to, Buck.
Yeah, without question. The better supporting cast, the easier it is for him to make things happen, because if you have others that are stepping up and making plays, then all the attention can't be on number 41. They can't slide the protection always to him. They have to make sure they account for other guys. When you bring in the second level blitzes like they were doing today with Rudy Ford coming off the edge, it changes the way that you have to protect, and you can't necessarily take care of both things at one time. And so as you get more activity from other guys, it will allow Josh Allen to then become the impact player that we know he can be. You still need that other pass rusher to emerge. Somebody on the other side has to be a consistent presence. But right now, the by-committee approach is working with Joe Cullen heating them up, creating it with the blitzes.
And let's be honest, we've seen performances when a team loses 42-20 where a guy goes crazy and puts up a bunch of numbers. Josh Allen knew he's mic'd up today. I mean, they're playing up the Josh Allen versus Josh Allen thing. So if the Jags get boat raced today, I mean, they're kind of, that whole debate is a laughing stock, or that comparison is a laughing stock. Now he's going to be AFC Defensive Player of the Week. I'm convinced of that.
Right.
I mean, and so barring something crazy happening in one of these late games, Buck. So, knowing the spotlight's on you and answering the call in that circumstance bodes pretty well as well.
It does bode pretty well. When you're doing the evaluation, when guys are coming out of college, you want to see how they perform when the pressure is on them, when they're playing in big games. Do they have a level? Can they take their game up a notch to meet the expectation of the game and of the moment? Josh Allen playing like he played today, and what I would consider was still a big game, right? It was a big game because everyone had the expectation that the Buffalo Bills were going to put a 40-burger on the Jags. And for the Jaguars to play like that and for him to kind of lead that effort, man, it should do wonders for not only him, but for the rest of the team and defense. Because now they know they can go toe-to-toe with some of the top teams in the league. But now they were able to go toe-to-toe and get a win. When they did against Cincinnati in a losing effort, it's different. When you play well and you win, particularly on defense, yeah, it changes the way that you feel about yourself walking into the building.
Plenty ahead. A couple more segments left. We'll be here until about 6:15, taking your calls. Jags win it 9-6 over the Buffalo Bills. 355 NFL 1, the number 355-6351. This is the Scoreboard Show on Jaguars Radio.
Your family isn't like anyone else's. Your home shouldn't be either. At Dreamfinders Homes, you can build the home of your dreams in one of their 30-plus communities in Northeast Florida. Choose from luxury single-family homes or maintenance-free townhomes from the 200s. Dreamfinders specializes in homes built to fit your lifestyle. To find out more, call 904-738-0165 or visit dreamfindershomes.com.
Great teams leave it all on the field. But with the powerful towing and payload that Ford F-150 delivers, you can take it all with you, too. No wonder Ford F-Series is America's best-selling truck 44 years straight. The 2021 Ford F-150, built for greatness. Visit your local Ford dealer or buyfordnow.com. Based on 1977 to 2020 calendar year total sales.
At VyStar Credit Union, you inspire us to deliver on our promise, to do good for our members and our communities. That's why we offer more banking options, like better rates and no hidden fees. We also give back, donating several $1 million to hundreds of nonprofits each year. Better financial lives, stronger communities. VyStar Credit Union. Do good. Bank better. Visit vystarcu.org/join. Insured by NCUA.
So we had a problem with our office IT systems a few months back. And of course, I don't want the boss getting upset about it, since she still hasn't forgiven me for last month's wardrobe malfunction. So I did the smart thing and called Sacine's Office Systems. They've provided top-notch IT solutions and services since 1981, including Ricoh copiers, printers, and mailing solutions. They even handle wide-format printers and electronic document storage, which is important since my boss still hasn't forgiven me for the birthday cake incident. Best of all, Sacine's Office Systems has flexible support programs, certified field techs, and fast, friendly service for one flat monthly fee. And saving money is always a good thing, especially since my boss still hasn't forgiven me for my parachute pants presentation. I was actually wearing parachute pants.
Trust Sacine's Office Systems to handle your IT equipment and office systems, including Ricoh-connected copiers and printers. Learn more at Sacines.com. That's SISSINES.com.
Are you suffering from shoulder pain? If you have clicking and popping in the shoulder joint, persistent pain that intensifies with use, an inability to lift your arm over your head, or a tingling, burning sensation in the shoulder, elbow, or wrist, waiting to see a doctor could make your injury worse. Baptist Health and Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute have innovative and effective treatment options available right now to relieve your pain and restore your mobility. Don't wait. Call 904-JOI-2000.
The Jaguars Scoreboard Show. Scoreboard Show continues right now.
Welcome back. The Scoreboard Show continues. JP Shadrick, Mike Dempsey, Bucky Brooks. Jaguars win it 9-6 over the Buffalo Bills. Your calls will be here until 6:15. Some happy callers, Mike.
Oh, we got them stacked up. They want to talk to Bucky Brooks. They want to get it off their chest. Let's do it. 355 NFL 1. Our man Sakib is checking in. What's up, Sakib?
What's up, Duval Curry?
Yeah, I was not expecting us to win the game today, but I'm glad we won. See those Bills Mafia cry like little girls and welcome to Duval County's Bills Mafia, but get out of my city with a big, fat L. We don't want you here. You don't belong here. This is our city, and you're going to play by our rules. Now leave my city with a big, fat L.
Yeah, take that L on that plane back to New York. I like it.
Anything
Bucky.
to add to that, Bucky?
Yeah.
Look, man, there's a lot of excitement because the Mafia tried to take over the stadium. And so when you do those things and they're loud and they're doing their stuff and playing shout and all that other stuff that they normally do that's associated with Buffalo, like, it's great to knock them off. Now, I would say the bigger challenge is, man, don't let those guys get tickets. Like, don't let the Bills Mafia come and take over the stadium, do all that silliness that they were doing. But it was a great win for the Jags. It's great to knock them off because everyone coming into this was saying that this was an easy win. It was a cupcake. It was a walkover for the Bills. And so for the Jaguars to rise up, that was terrific.
All right, Saqib, we appreciate that. A lot of passion there. Let's go to the south side and check in with Robin next year on the Scoreboard Show. Hi, Robin.
Hi, how are you? Just wanted to pop in and say that obviously Josh Allen getting a lot of praise tonight. He deserves that. But I think maybe that's not being said about Rudy Ford. You know, with him being the addition in the secondary, he's possibly one of the people that got back there and slowed Josh Allen down enough for our Josh Allen to make some of those plays, you know?
Hey, Rudy Ford, Bucky had 6 tackles today, an interception, and 3 passes defensed. He was all over the place.
He was all over the place, and that's uncommon. You know, like listening to him in the post-game presser, talking about they had come to him early in the week, talked about a bigger role as a slot defender. You know, it's funny when you think about guys, because when he was signed really as a special teams demon.
Absolutely.
Someone that would enhance the special teams. He and Jamal Agnew, those guys being core special teamers. For him to be able to come and contribute as a role player, that is huge, while still getting the stuff that you want to get from him in the kicking game. As you're getting to this point of the season, the midway point, this is about when you understand what you really have as a team and how you have to play with this team to put yourself in the best position to win games. It's beginning to come together because there's been enough intel gathered where the Jaguars may understand like how the best way to proceed going forward with this team in order to get some more W's in the win column.
All right, we appreciate that call, Robin. Let's go on to the south side once more with Jimmy next on the Scoreboard Show. Hi, Jimmy.
Hey there, buddy. How are you?
We're great, man. What's up?
Good.
Hey, man, you think, all week we heard how Josh Allen was going to whoop up on the Jaguars, but do you think after today's game, our Josh Allen up to him and said, hey, there can only be one?
I hope so.
It's the only chance to do it. I guess so.
I mean, this is the time for him to do it. If he's going to have bragging rights, this is the time you want to do it. But I think this was a breakout game for Josh Allen, like a breakout game maybe on a national stage, right? Like we've seen him go to Pro Bowls. We've seen him play at a high level. But because of the kind of game that they have and pulling off a big upset, there'll be more national attention given to Josh Allen in terms of his prospects, what he brings to the table, how he's able to impact the game. More eyes on number 41, and that certainly should bring more attention to Jaguars and maybe some of the positive stuff that they've been doing over the last few weeks.
Let's take our final timeout. We'll come back with some final phone calls. Jaguars win it 9-6 over the Buffalo Bills. This is the Scoreboard Show on Jaguars Radio.
It's a force that can't be contained. Propelled by purpose, pride, and the power to protect. When winning isn't just the mission, it's your passion. You pursue it. You make power plays. You pick your team. At Farrah & Farrah, we deliver game day energy 24/7. Jacksonville.
Committed to the team. Committed to the mission. At Navy Mutual, we're committed to providing high-quality life insurance to members of the military and their families. So our policies have no fine print and no military service restrictions. We don't work on commission. We're nonprofit, so we pass the savings along to our members. Because at Navy Mutual, our highest commitment is to you. Visit NavyMutual.org. Navy Mutual, insuring those who serve.
Ready to take the next step toward the ultimate you. Dr. Patrick Basil, official plastic surgeon of the Jacksonville Jaguars, presents the Ultimate You Sweepstakes. Enter for a chance to win a cool sculpting treatment package valued at $4,500, plus a Jaguars performance training session. Receive your free customized treatment in a relaxed, modern, patient-centered environment. Learn more and enter the sweepstakes at jaguars.com/ultimateu or call 904-222-6262. Terms and conditions apply. No purchase necessary.
At Tropical Smoothie Cafe, one taste and you're feeling good now, smiling wider now, seeing brighter now, bucket dunking now, namasteing now, popping a wheelie now, living lighter now. You're on Tropic Time now. And on Mondays, try our Jaguars Duval Delight Smoothies for $2.99. And you're roaring louder now, end zone dancing now, sipping spirit now. You're on Tropic Time now at Tropical Smoothie Cafe.
It may be football season, but pests are in full force here in Jacksonville. That's why you need Kingfish Pest Control's $99 knockdown treatment. Kingfish Pest Control will safely eliminate spiders, ants, roaches, and more for just $99, backed by their 100% customer satisfaction guarantee. Kingfish Pest Control is family-owned with thousands of A-plus customer reviews. They're hands down the best pest control company in Metro Jacksonville and a proud partner of your Jacksonville Jaguars. Let the pros tackle the pest in your home. Go to kingfishpest.com. That's kingfishpest.com. Hard Rock Sportsbook is coming to Florida. Join the Seminole Tribe of Florida and Hard Rock for safe, trusted, and completely legal sports betting. Go to hardrocksportsbook.com to get all the latest details leading up to launch. Play remotely from anywhere in Florida, including on your phone or computer or in person at Seminole Casinos. Want great promotions like free bets, odds boosts, and bonuses? Hard Rock Sportsbook will have all your favorite bets and promotions. Hard Rock Sportsbook, the best place to be a Jaguars fan. Coming soon. Must be at least 21 and physically present in Florida to wager. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-800-522-4700.
The Jaguars Scoreboard Show. Scoreboard Show continues right now.
We're back. Scoreboard Show. Final few minutes. Final few calls after a Jaguars win over the Bills, Mike.
Scoreboard 355 NFL 1. Let's go out to Kyrie in Virginia on the Scoreboard Show with Bucky Brooks. Go ahead, Kyrie.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How you guys doing this good time evening?
Great, awesome. Great.
Yes, sir, man. I'm super proud of the guys. That actually looked like the team that was embarrassed from that performance last week. That looked like a team that was like, you know what, we're going to get after it. And I'm proud of those guys. It wasn't just all talk. They came out and they showed it. And that's what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? I just want them to continue now. I don't want the same celebration they had against Miami. I want them to know that we belong. We can do this. If we play hard, we can do this. We can beat any team. Trevor Lawrence, like I said, all around great heart. Everybody played well, but I feel like, to be a little negative, but I feel like Trevor Lawrence, he kind of missed some throws down late that could have sealed it. Because I'm not grading him on overall because I know the talent, but the throws was there, like to Marvin Jones. You got to make that throw. But other than that, you guys, they did a great job. And also, the Warren Sloop, that was a fumble. They should have reviewed that. But anyways, let's go Jaguars. Duval, I'm out.
Thank you, Kyrie. They had ruled forward progress was stopped on that, so they couldn't review that play. Just the bad break there. What did you make of that play there, Bucky? As Tre'Davious White went out, we were sitting here saying in the studio they got to go right after his replacement. That's exactly what they did. Marvin Jones beat him badly up the sideline. It just looked like Trevor Lawrence got rushed just a little, just couldn't quite set himself to make that throw. Should he have been able to make that throw?
No, I mean, I think he had a little pressure at the time when he was just off, and so he tried to get it up and out early, anticipating where Marvin Jones was going to be, and he just kind of shot it over his head. But, man, he talked about wanting to cash in on those opportunities because you do want to cash in on those lottery tickets, and that's the difference between good and great. The great ones, man, when you give them, you make a mistake, man, they make you pay each and every time. And so he'll get better with that. Obviously, it takes more reps and experience to be able to understand where the person is coming from, how much actual time he will have based on the protection, based on the routes and the receiver that he has running on the perimeter. But all of that comes in time. And so I'm not discouraged by how he performed. I think, if anything, like he has been able to, I would say, tone down his game enough to really play solid football behind a collection of guys that still need to be upgraded when it comes to the overall talent.
All right, Kyrie, thank you for the call. Let's head up to New Jersey. Brandon is next on the Scoreboard Show. Hi, Brandon.
How you doing? First time, long time. Just wanted to, just say what a great win we had. But as you can see, we still have problems moving the ball downfield. So I was wondering, with DJ Chark being out, what are the chances of us going after Odell Beckham?
Thanks for the call. Ooh. We think, Bucky, it's they kind of reworked that deal, right? That's the tough part.
That is a good one. I actually am an advocate of trying to make the move now to get him because he's on the waiver wire, and I don't know if you will have the opportunity to get him any other way. Jaguars have plenty of cap space to be able to take it in because of $7.2 million remaining in salary. And what you try to do is over the next, 9 games, you try to convince him, if you claim him, you try to convince him that the young quarterback is going to be one of the great ones, like Justin Herbert has energized that fan base, and maybe he falls in love with the connection with the quarterback as you kind of, I won't say hold him hostage, but as you claim him and make him report to Jacksonville, as opposed to trying to sign him as a free agent.
And the way I understand it, they reduced the remaining years into a signing bonus, so it's just a one-year deal,
bonus.
Right?
It's a roster bonus that's going to hit next week.
Okay.
So, in other words, somebody claims him, there's no acceleration of the dead cap on Cleveland. Basically gets out from under everything if somebody takes him.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, he's going to claim termination pay and get that money, I think, from the Cleveland Browns, I believe. But being that it's a roster bonus, they might be able to get out from under. It may have been that's what he gave to them in order to get those last 2 years knocked off of the deal. So
yeah, that's what it is. And so what it is basically you're signing a hired gun, right? You're signing a hired gun for the last half of the season without guarantees that he's going to be around for next year, even though the team that claims him could use the franchise tag, could use some of those vehicles, because that was not included as a part of the deal, like in terms of giving up the opportunity to be franchised. You still could use the franchise tag to retain his rights if you wanted to do that. I just believe if you're the Jaguars, and we've talked about they need to upgrade the talent around Trevor Lawrence, at some point, man, I like Jamal Agnew and those guys, but you want to get a legitimate high-end receiver in there. And so why not take a spin on a guy for 8 games just to see if it works? And if it does work, you now have given Trevor Lawrence an experienced playmaker to put around him that has some pulse on the wall.
If you can talk him into returning for those years or sign him to another contract after it. That's the big if, right? That's you're rolling the dice a little bit. I know there's 8-9 games left this season.
Mm-hmm.
Jags are, 2-6 right now? That's a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, they have room in the salary cap, but that's still $7.5 million going out the door.
Yeah, Bucky, I would have made a claim on Deshaun Jackson in a second. I mean, you're only on the hook for about 1.5. He's going to sign with the Raiders, we saw come out in the last 30 minutes. But, I mean, just for this year, I'm not even talking about long-term, to have a guy that could stretch the field right now with Trevor Lawrence and help his development and only cost you about $1.5 million the rest of the way, I thought that was a move they should have made. But obviously,
yeah. The only thing with Deshaun, I guess with both guys, is like Deshaun more so than they missed a ton of games over the last couple of years. Deshaun is also 34 years of age as opposed to 29. And so that clouds into it. JP, in terms of taking him, the reason why you take him is this. The reality is, who is Jacksonville going to be able to attract next year as a free agent in the offseason? Is there a high-end free agent that is going to be available that can come and be a number one receiver in Jacksonville and wants to come? Devontae Adams could be franchise tagged because he's up, but he could be franchise tagged by the Packers. Outside of that, it's kind of like the usual names, like Allen Robinson comes up, Chris Godwin will come up, but those guys aren't necessarily speed guys, big play guys. And so if you can't get a veteran, then you're talking about the draft, and the draft is a crapshoot, so you just don't know what you're going to get. So I'm saying, why not take one now and hold him hostage for a little bit and see if you can convince him that this would be a good place for him to continue to do his business.
And do some mind melding there of Odell if he gets here.
Yeah, no doubt. Let's see if we can get one more in here before we get out of here today, and that will be Donnie in Jacksonville Beach. Donnie, you're on the Scoreboard Show. Go ahead.
You're on the air. Hello.
Donnie, you there? No? All right, no Donnie.
No Donnie. That's it.
Guess we end on the Odell Beckham discussion.
I mean, and you know what? Let's wrap it up though, Bucky, with a general thought about the way this team performed, especially the defense today, coming off an awful performance in Seattle. We all know that. We've talked about it all week long. I'm sure, obviously, it showed that they talked about it all week long because they came out today against a heavy-hitting Bills offense and gave it to them. They didn't allow anything today. 6 points. And didn't back down. They pressured the quarterback and really stepped up from a bad performance last week. And now they've won 2 of 3, and there's some confidence when you heard the guys talk after the game today.
Yeah, I mean, there is some confidence. It's 2 of 3, and it could have been, 3 or 4 or even more that, depending on how, based on how they played. Look, there's a lot of confidence. And I think if you're Coach Meyer, what you're also trying to do is you're trying to get the locker room back. You're trying to convince everyone that the plan that you have in place will work. And when you begin to knock off teams that you're not supposed to beat, well, then the trust factor kind of comes back into the locker room in terms of the players trusting the coaches that they know what they're doing. And so it's a huge win for all parties involved. But now the next one becomes even more significant because going on the road, dealing with the Indianapolis Colts, if you can get a win there, then you get full buy-in that the plan is working, that everybody is proceeding, and we're progressing the way that we want to in terms of rebuilding this team and making this team a viable contender down the line.
Love it. Love it.
I love it. Who doesn't love it? Everyone should be just thrilled today if you're a Jaguar supporter.
Big win today. Got it done, Bucky. 9-6. Jaguars win a field goal fest. The defense stands up big today. Still some things to work on, obviously, on the offensive side, but nicer to work on it after a W. What do you got this week coming up, Bucky? What's happening?
Usual suspects, waiting to join you. It'll be a very positive conversation on the podcast this week, be more optimistic about what's going on. And then, little NFL stuff, little NFL Network stuff. I get to go on tomorrow, maybe talk about the Jaguars pulling off a big win. That means I get to plug Josh Allen and the fantastic things that he did. So it's a fun week.
Yeah, that's, of course, Wednesday, Huddle Up with Bucky Brooks, the podcast and show on Jaguars.com. Dempsey, you guys got Jaguars today?
We have got an open invitation for everyone to join us for Victory Monday tomorrow from 10 to noon here on 1010XL. David Garrard will be in, and we'll be recapping everything that went down today.
Sounds like a plan. We'll have Jaguars happy hour 4 to 6 tomorrow. Tony Baselli and Pete Prisco. What a show that should be, as always. Bucky, we'll talk to you as the week goes along. Appreciate it, man. Well done.
Hey, man, thanks for having me, guys.
All right, Buck.
Bucky Brooks, NFL Network analyst, Fox Sports analyst, Jaguars analyst. He's an analyst for everyone, and the Jags get a win today. What a show. Thanks for your calls tonight at 355-NFL1. Jaguars have won 2 of the last 3. The 5th quarter is coming up. They'll take more of your calls this evening. Jaguars win. They improve to a record of 2-6. A 9-6 win over the Buffalo Bills. Our thanks to Linda Fortunato, the lady on the phone, as she was called last week. Our Jaguars.com video crew, Tony Smith on the board. For Mike Dempsey, Bucky Brooks, I'm JP Shadrick. This has been the Scoreboard Show on Jaguars Radio.